Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Map Making with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB. You're very, very welcome, and welcome back to Duvo, the provisional name for my second ever map build. Now, yesterday we were over on the mainland. That's that little bit of stuff over on the edge of the map over there, the 2/4 of it, and yeah, we put down a load of trees because I was doing a lot of bulk work. We also put down some beaches. Admittedly, all we did was run the sand tool along the edge of the waterfront very, very rapidly and very briefly. That's because bulk work first, detail work second. So what we'll be doing today is trying to make the beaches a little bit more believable. Now, obviously, these terrain lines is an increase in 1 meter from the water level, so it won't be creeping too much up the beaches. I think possibly even at 3 meters there, it might be way too much. I may come back and tidy this up a little bit more at a later date, but I'm getting a reasonable feel for the overall aesthetic at the moment, and we can come back and fix things and then come back and fix things some more, and the more you come back and fix it, the more perfect it will hopefully be. Right, that's as close as the edge of the map will let us get, so we'll go back the other way and do the other side now, shall we? Yeah, actually I don't mind the sand going past the key wall there. Right. So yes, yesterday we did a lot of tree work. We're going to be doing some tree work later on in today's episode as well. So it won't be a huge amount on what we've done already. Oh look, we've got a disconnected section of highway there. I reckon I've got some highway running backwards. I've just seen that. Okay, that's something to fix. Honestly, it's not like it was going to slip past me completely. Well, I don't know how far into the build we are, but over 20 hours into the build now, and I've just noticed that. But it's not going to slip me by. I promise you, that is not the sort of thing that's going to make the final map. Oh my god, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh, the ridicule. Yes, we are still in the process. I'd like to keep things fresh. I've said this before, but of course, if you're new to this series, I'll let you know. I find it's very difficult to concentrate on one thing in anything in life for a huge amount of time. Sometimes you've got to walk away. This is why we have coffee breaks at work. Well, some people have coffee breaks at work, not me so much. My work is one long coffee break, but there we are. Yes, that's why people have coffee breaks at work. So you work for a couple of hours and then you step away from the desk and you get some fresh air and have some coffee, and then step back to the desk and hopefully just feel a little bit refreshed. And it's one of the reasons why some people think it's actually people more productive if they only do a 4-hour working day. Go in, do your 4 hours, go home. Because by the time you get up to the 7th, 6th, 7th and 8th hours, how efficient are you? Are you really working to your full capacity? Possibly not. By the way, working on the undersea sand at the moment. There's a lot of this to be done. A lot of work still to be done with the undersea. Haven't even really started. This is more for inspiration than final work, I would suggest, actually. So a lot of this may actually be changed as we get to it. So yes, how efficient are you after doing 6 hours, say, or 7 hours, or 10 hours? Possibly less so, or motivation possibly less so as well. So what I tend to do is I'll start in an area, and there's another thing. It also works with writing. See, I'm a budding author every now and then. Unfortunately, I can't give advice because I've never finished. I've never finished my novel. But in terms of writing, yeah, writing a story from the beginning and going right the way is quite difficult. But writing where the inspiration takes you keeps the juices flowing, and that's what I'm doing here. Is I'm concentrating on one area and then coming back and doing a different area and then coming back to the area that I started on previously, because it's easier when you see things like this. This is more for inspiration. When I come back and do the undersea work later, there'll be something to work from. I might change it, I might remove it completely, Possibly, I doubt it. But because obviously I'm working, although I'm working for inspiration, I'm kind of like I have a vision. I have a vision, and I'm working towards that vision. Of course, the vision may not work, and in that case, of course, we change things back. Of course. Right, so working on the sand in the shallower waters. The deeper waters I'm leaving unsanded as a rule. Not every area that is shallow water will be sand, and not every area that is deep water will be unsanded. It's just it kind of like give you a feel for the underwater geography, or give me a feel for the underwater geography, and when we come back later on and do the underwater detailing, the proper underwater detailing, because I'm not stopping at just the sand, you know. Oh no, of course not. so how are you? How are you? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, it's I'm getting a feel. I'm getting a feel for the map. There are I've started tinkering off camera with things like themes and LUTs, just seeing what else works. Because while I like the current combination, which you'll be pleased to, I should let you know actually, it's the Springwood. I'm building in the Springwood theme because the Springwood theme is a good one. You can't go wrong with the Springwood theme, really. And I am toying with having the Springwood theme as the main map theme, and then using the theme mixer to mix in a couple of variations for areas that I feel that Springwood doesn't quite match for the map. That's kind of the plan. And the LUT I'm using at the moment is, of course, the Realistic by Reaper. So I was tinkering with different themes and LUTs, and I haven't found anything that I prefer right now to the Springwood, so we'll be sticking with that one for now. Although, like I say, there will be a likely suggestion for the theme mixer, and of course I'll include a tutorial on how to do that, because some of you might be a bit scared about mixing themes. Honestly, not scary at all. Not scary. Yeah, well, unless the new game completely breaks the theme mixer. The new DLC breaks the theme mixer. There's nothing to worry about at all with that one. But we will get to that point at some point. So yes, working on the underwater sand, but this episode isn't just about the underwater sandbanks, although it would appear to be, because I have chosen some trees. I've still got things like I know some of you will be going, you haven't chosen any river reeds. No, not yet. Not yet. I will. In fact, I already have, but I haven't included them yet. And there'll be some other water detailing features as well, making this island look a little bit more the shape that I wanted it to, actually, with the sandbanks going out the outside. It's rather than just like an angular piece of soil sticking out of the ground, it's now merging more in with the water and the overall aesthetic, of course, of the map. So yes, it's coming together slowly. But yes, we'll be doing a little bit of tree work. Now, the tree work we'll be doing today will be tree spamming again. And you're going to be going, but you've only just taken the bulldozer tool to all those forests, and now you're going to be putting down more trees where you've just deleted a whole bunch of trees. Yeah, I know. And then we'll be taking the bulldozer over that area again to thin out all the work that we've just done again. And then there'll be the feature trees. Now, what I've chosen in terms of trees, I just want to let you know. Currently, we're working with the Pidalma's low tried trees, if I remember rightly, because they don't take so much in the way of RAM, and that's going to suit a lot of people. It's also going to free up a little bit of RAM for the trees and things in the feature area. Like we've got some grasses now in the henge area, and a few grasses in that area probably won't affect the way the game runs too much for most people, hopefully. I'm going to put some sand around the essential island as well. Here's the essential island, the essential lighthouse island. Yeah. So. New trees. I've looked. I've grabbed the leafy tree set by Pidalmo. Once again, Pidalmo, because Pidalmo. It's a lovely tree set, and it works really nicely with the low tri trees as well. And there's a few options. The colour's slightly different, and there's a couple of different variations in height as well with the leafy tree set. And in terms of feature trees, now Mr. Mason did contact me and say, are you going to use the linden tree in your map? Yeah, you got to, haven't you? And the thing is, actually, yes. I've had a good look at it. I mean, we've reviewed it in WhatsMap, and it's being used in Asset World. And I've looked at it and see how it works alongside the Pidelmo trees. It kind of fits. It does. And then on top of that, another tree that we reviewed from Mr. Mason way back in the day was the stone pine set. There's 3 in the stone pine set. Once again, they are more detailed trees, quite RAM intensive to a degree. That could be a lot worse because Mr. Mason's quite good at keeping control of the RAM. Here they are. Here are the trees. The ones in the foreground are the leafy tree sets, and the one in the background you've got the linden tree, the baby linden tree, and then there was also the 2 stone pine trees as well. What I'm going to do at the moment is I'm just going to grab the leafy tree set and just do a little cluster of trees, and then we're going to grab and copy and paste using all of those. I put the linden tree in. I think I remember, if I remember rightly, I took it out in the end. I can't remember, but yeah, we'll come back and oh no, we did leave it in. But there's only 1 or 2 in there. And once again, the linden tree is a slightly taller tree and slightly lighter coloured tree. And then in the leafy tree sets, we've got they're slightly darker in the foliage. And we've got 3 different variations in height as well. So just to bring in a little bit of variation to the forests, rather than just having, because we've got a lot of bushes down, and we've got a lot of the identical low tri tree in there, which is okay. It's okay. But what we'll do is we're just going to really mush it out. In fact, we could probably, for those people with less RAM, say, hey, just the low tri trees will be fine, because we've got all the areas that want foresting with the low tri trees is covered with low tri trees and the bushes. I think it looks okay. Without all the extra the variation in foliage. So I will leave that as an option for those people with potato. Some people do have a potato for a computer, but that said, I'm not going to completely overgo. It's kind of like with the castle. We've got a few assets hidden underneath the castle, which is going to prevent it. Oops, open up that by accident. Okay, we've got a few assets hidden underneath the castle, just so that it doesn't require a road connection, doesn't require any water services, doesn't require any electricity, because it's all self-contained. That's what's going on hidden underneath. There were other ways I could have dealt with it, like actually adjusting the asset to put out like electricity outflow or a water outflow. There are a few options that I could have done there, but it was still going to need some sort of police services and all that stuff. So that's all hidden underneath. Now, for those people with the potato, do we really even need the temple on the top in the castle? Probably not. So once again, I will in the description say, hey, option A, if you've got the RAM and you can deal with it, yeah, take the whole map. If you haven't got the RAM and you're going to struggle a little bit, here's the things that you can, just subscribe to, collection A. Well, we do it as a standalone collection. Collection A, which will still give you a really nice looking map. It will still give you all the basics. It will give you the essential lighthouse. We'll still need the bridges. Of course, we'll need the bridges. We'll still have the bridges, but the castle will be missing, and of course, a lot of the unnecessary extra trees we're missing as well. But it'll still look good. I mean, where we are now is where we were a week or so ago is roughly what it would look like, and hey, still looks okay, I think. Of course, we won't have all the underwater stuff as well. And of course, we'll then be working with the tides mod as well, which will be a whole bunch of fun. I do hope that doesn't get broken in the DLC update. I really do, because if that breaks, then, well, Well, all this work. Oh, I do hope TPB can come back and, yes. Oh, my thoughts are with him. I'm sure it's a guy. How is it we always assume that modders are guys? I'm Bloody Penguin. Yes, guy. Sam? I don't know. Think so. I think so. But Sam could be a girl. I know. I've known girls called Sam before. Short for Samantha, clearly. Or Sammy. Yeah, I've even got a friend called Sammy. Hi, Sammy. Hi. How the kids? Oh, Facebook is always packed with pictures of her kids. Oh, it's lovely. It's really nice. They're a lovely family. So anyway, we're getting towards the end of today's show. Just doing a little bit more beach work around these areas here. And that's the feature area. We're going to do the feature area soon, I think. But I think we're about done. I think we are about done today. We'll do another one tomorrow, shall we? Oh, really, really, really excited. Unfortunately, like I say, no Halloween special. We'll just concentrate on doing the map build instead. Right, that's it from me. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome. Join me tomorrow for What to Map and more map making. Thanks for watching. Have a great, splendiferous day.